From the Department of Mental Health, Deputy Commissioner Emily Sherwood. She is no stranger to us, and we are so thrilled to have her back again. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I bring you greetings from your Commissioner of the Department of Mental Health, Joan McCullough, who was someone who came to this conference for many years when she was in my job. How many people are here for the first time? Wow, that's wonderful. So, as I love to say, you've come to the right place. This is a wonderful organization, a place to find community, information, assistance, friendships, and collective voice. And I'll come back to that in a minute. I just want to say a couple things about the Department of Mental Health. One thing that's interesting is mental health services are primarily available through health insurance. And DMH is actually, Commissioner McCullough likes to say these days, we're the Dana-Farber of mental health care. So we're what's called tertiary care. As Commissioner Reed mentioned, just as early language acquisition is important for people with hearing loss, early intervention on any issue of social and emotional well-being is critically important. And you guys are probably more aware of this than many of your friends and neighbors and relatives. It's so important to encourage people whenever they're worried. A great place to start is with your pediatrician, and to go from there. And mental health issues are really common, and it's very common for children to have anxiety issues. They are treatable. They can be resolved. And so you can help be ambassadors and help educate people about mental health is a part of health. It is a very common thing that people have mental health challenges at different times, and treatment works. So I just wanted to say that. And so we're this tertiary care organization for people who have significant mental health needs. Another role that the department has is as a mental health authority. So we have an official role of working with Mass Health and other agencies on bringing mental health expertise to the work. Under this administration, under Secretary Mary Lou Sutters, who's the Secretary of Human Services, and Governor Baker, they really put a very, very strong premium on all of us in state agencies working very closely together. As you all know, government is kind of organized in these sort of lines or departments or silos. So we have a law that sets up an agency, and we get certain lines of funding. And the laws tell us who we can serve and who we can't serve. And this has been developed over decades and decades. And actually, human beings don't really fit into these categories in a neat way. So all of us, you most of all, but all of us struggle to take our legal authority and our money to serve human beings in a holistic way. So as I say, this administration really, really holds all of us accountable for working very closely with one another to try and do the best we can to meet your children's needs and other people's needs. I want to say just the last thing, two things. One, just how important it is that you have come together and that you are active in raising your voices with your local officials, your school committee, your town, your board of selectmen, your city councilors, and also your state representatives and senators. There are many, many important needs for the taxpayer dollar. You need to raise your voices to let people know what your families need. Not that many people are very politically active, so it's amazing how one active family in a legislator's district can really make a difference. So the last thing I want to say is just a little news from the Department of Mental Health. So one of these kinds of silos we're trying to deal with is that we've always had a children's division, and that's my responsibility, and then the adult side of the agency, which is about 10 times as big. And they're very different. And so when a young adult moves from one system to the other, it can be a problem and not work very well. So Commissioner McCula asked us to blur the lines between the child division and the adult division. And we're calling it Reframe the Age. And it starts July 1. And one concrete thing is that young people coming into the department or being served by the department will be eligible or authorized for services under the child criteria up until their 22nd birthday instead of their 19th birthday as it is now. So that's one thing. But more importantly, it's really about the child division and the adult division in the area offices, people working together to do the best they can for the individual young adult, so that young adults can have services either both from the child division or the adult division or a combination. So we're really trying to do what's best for individual young adults being served by the department. So with that, thank you and have a great day.